It's happening, guys. Mark your calendars or your bank account, but it's official. 25th February is when we will see the latest Galaxy S26, the S26 Plus, the S26 Ultra, and the S26 Edge. Oh, I'm sorry. Scratch that last one. The sales for Galaxy S25 Edge was so poor, and then Apple's iPhone Air didn't sell either, so Samsung decided to abandon their slimmest child. But I'm most curious about the S26 Ultra, so let me tell you everything that's going to be new and not new with the S26 Ultra. Let's go. And guys, let me not beat around the bush. I wouldn't call it a fresh new design, obviously, but hey, it looks good. The most distinctive thing that you'd notice first is the camera island, which now looks a lot like the Fold 7. But does that also mean it'll wobble the same way as the Fold 7? Something to watch out for. The second thing you'll see are new colors. So there's going to be white shadow, black shadow, galactical blue, and ultraviolet. But did you notice the term titanium is missing from the names of all of these colors, unlike what we saw with the Galaxy S24 Ultra and the S25 Ultra? It's because titanium is really having a hard time now. First, Apple broke up with them with the iPhone 17 Pro series, and now it looks like Samsung too is going to break up with them. So Samsung is going to switch back to armor aluminum frame and ditch titanium. And for reasons that Apple already told us, better heat management, lower costs, improved performance, and well, sometimes you just want to cover up for something else. Oh, and the S Pen might have an interesting design twist, just at the other end of the tip. And hopefully that would mean it's going to tuck nice and flush. And other than all of this, the S26 Ultra is pretty much going to be the same size as the S25 Ultra, but it's going to be slightly thinner. And it is going to be a little heavier because of the switch out from titanium to armor aluminum. Next up is display. And man, if you've got something to hide, Samsung's got a brand new feature for you that no other phone has yet. With a new feature called Privacy Display, you'll be able to limit the viewing angle so people around you cannot fully see what you're doing on your phone. Great news for people who travel in metros. In fact, the feature will let you darken out only parts of the display that you want to hide. That is so extra cool. And guys, this is all baked in. There's no separate privacy screen protector. It's all controlled at hardware and software level. In fact, we saw this last year at MWC, where Samsung showed it as Magic Flex Panel, and let's hope that we do see it on the S26 Ultra. It'll be really cool. On the Ultra, not the base, not the Plus. Now let's talk about some unimpressive things. So the display size is going to remain the same for all phones except the S26 base, which is going to see a tiny bump from 6.2 to 6.3 inches. We've been also hearing that the new Samsung M14 OLED panel might be used. And if that's true, it's going to be brighter, more battery efficient, and it's going to be a 10-bit display. And for those who don't understand the difference between an 8-bit display that Samsung originally had and a 10-bit display, this is what it means to be a 10-bit display. It's more colors, it's smoother, so it's just, more rich. So it's going to be a brighter screen with more colors and one that won't suck up your battery. I like it. Now, on to the most controversial question. So, there's good news and there's bad news. The Galaxy S26 Ultra, like always, is going to have the mightiest Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 chip across the world, everywhere. Whereas the base and the Plus will get the Exynos 2600 in Asian and European countries and the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 in America. And sure, I wouldn't call it fair, but I guess this is possibly one of the ways Samsung can keep their prices under control for the base and the Plus given the price hikes everywhere, given that Exynos does come from their own foundry. But having said that, I'm not entirely thrilled about it. And sure, I've heard reports stating that Exynos 2600 is beating benchmarks of Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 and Apple's latest A19 Pro. But nothing new. I hear that every time the new Exynos comes out. However, this time it seems they've really worked on the temper of the Exynos 2600 with HPB. So we'll really just have to see. Now let's shift gears to cameras and you'll see very minor improvements this time around. So on the base and the S26 Plus, you'll see a minor bump of the 3x telephoto lens from 10 megapixel to 12 megapixels. That's it. But on the S26 Ultra, three things. First, we might see larger apertures or brighter cameras on both the main and the 5x telephoto lens. So as more light enters, there's more detail that gets captured, and then the algos can work more with that detail to give you better photos and videos. Second, speaking of videos, it also seems that we'll see a new APV video codec that's actually better suited for high-quality cinematic videos. And third, Samsung might use an enhanced coating to reduce flares, and that might give you cleaner, sharper photos. Now again, these are only for the S26 Ultra and nothing like disruptively innovative, but how big are these improvements we'll only see once we compare it with the S25 Ultra. But I'm gonna say this, that it does feel a bit sad that there's crazy innovation that's happening in the camera department by brands like Xiaomi, Oppo, Vivo, and Samsung and Google. Established brands are nowhere close to the photography and videography levels that those phones bring. So I really think these guys need to step up now. Now, on the software front, we all know that the S26 series is going to come out with the latest OneUI 8.5, and it's going to offer you 7 years of OS upgrades and 7 years of security updates. So that is pretty standard. And as always, there might be some new AI features that would be exclusive to the S26 series initially and might roll out to the S25 series a little later. And for all you know, there might be some exclusive services or functionalities that would be only in the S26 Ultra. Who knows? Anyway guys, I've done a full video highlighting major changes in OneUI 8.5. I'll leave the link to that video right here. Definitely catch that. Now, on the battery front, no major upgrades there. So the base S26 is going to go up to 4300 mAh, but the other phones will have the same old battery tech and capacity. But there are rumors that we might see 60-watt charging in the S26 Ultra, which will juice up your battery to 75% in under 30 minutes. And that it's going to be G2 compatible with support for wireless charging speeds of up to 25 watts. I mean, it's nothing great in today's day and age, but I think it's a bold move for Samsung considering their burns from the Note 7 era. But yeah, that's pretty much everything we know about the S26 series. 25th Feb is when they announce. 11th March is possibly when the sales will start, and that might vary country to country. 25th Feb is also when we will hopefully get the devices and we'll have our thoughts and videos ready. So definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon and mark all so when that video comes out, you get to know immediately. I'll see you guys in the next one.